I guess we have a few more minutes, so my last question, and then we'll open it up to the audience for questions. So we have students here, so what advice would you give students as they enter the business world, like similar to what you had done 27 years ago, and with a very clear focus how to become the lead goose?
Lead goose, sure. Well, a few things. So I'm on a board at another university, so I speak with students often, and then certainly in my professional life, we hire quite a few and interact. And one, terribly impressive. You as a group, and it's always dangerous to talk in groups of any body, but I would say that you got your act together. I think the world's going to be in a great place as the students today get into the business world, civic world, wherever they end up. Few things that I would tell you. One, master what's in front of you when you get into the business world. What I see sometimes is the trap of, I'm in this job, but I'm worrying about the next job already. Master what's in front of you would be my first advice. Be great at the job description you have, and when you're great at that, look at the job next to you, both behind you and in front of you, and try to offer as much assistance and understanding and support at all times to everyone in a process, if you will. But master what you're great at. Don't ever be afraid to look at lateral moves in an organization, even maybe at a midpoint in your career, even if you think you're on a trajectory. The higher, in my experience, the higher you go in an organization, no matter the culture, no matter the business, the more of a broad-based player you are, the better you're going to be as a broad-based leader. So, it'd be unusual today in a lot of companies for a CFO to be an accountant, and then an analyst, and then an accounting manager, and then a controller, and then CFO. Usually CFOs have multidiscipline background, and you can say that for COO, for CMO. It's unusual that you come straight up. I would encourage you at the right point and turns in your career to look for opportunities that sometimes might feel like a step back, could be a lateral move, but it changed my career from going from finance into operations. And I think that really can be powerful for you. It'll pay dividends later, even though in the short term it might look like foregoing a promotion opportunity. And the last I would just say is, you're going to learn after you graduate, and hopefully, from your youth, from a university like this, and after you graduate, you're building your own value set. You're going to have to test and learn what that really is about deeply and get to know yourself. And really you have to get to know the organizations you work for and the people you work for. And you're going to learn through that journey who you are and what you stand for. And I would work like heck to find a company that aligns to your own personal values. That's solely the reason why I've been successful and stayed at Wawa. No one wants to leave work and have a different public voice than what they had sitting at their desk or in an office. Or you don't want your private voice internally to be different and misaligned from the public voice. And when you do that, you're not being your authentic self. If you can be your authentic self and your values can come to life in work, you will find that you will be your best self and you're in the right place. So, and that, folks, I would tell you in my own career, that takes trial and error. That takes trial and error to learn who you really are. And some of you might work great in an organization and culture like Wawa. Some of you might be too directive, too fast-paced, too type A, whatever it is. None of those are bad. But that might work very better at a different company and different culture. Aligning and figuring that out in your first 5-10 years, because it might take you that long in your professional career, I think is probably your most important job to figure out where to land long term.